Welcome back to the channel, guys. Let's get straight into today's story. Britain is facing a crisis on its southern coast. Over 41,000 migrants crossed the English Channel illegally in 2025, a staggering 13% increase on the previous year. The Home Office called the figures shameful, but what's really shocking is how little action seems to be taken to prevent it. Critics are pointing the finger squarely at Keir Starmer and the Labour government, accusing them of failing to secure the border and protect British citizens. The small boats crisis isn't just a number, it's a daily reality for coastal towns and communities that see illegal crossings happen week after week. Locals are frustrated, seeing more people arrive without proper checks while their own concerns are dismissed. Labour's response has been weak, reactive and, in the eyes of many, completely inadequate. It's a story that perfectly illustrates why public trust in politics is at an all-time low. Now, Labour's so-called solutions are being mocked by politicians across the spectrum. Nigel Farage and Reform UK have called out the government's inaction, arguing that strict border enforcement and faster deportation procedures are the only way to truly tackle this problem. The EU's human rights laws, combined with Labour's reluctance to make bold moves, are being blamed for preventing the government from acting decisively. Ordinary Brits feel ignored, left watching as their country struggles to control its borders. The political consequences are obvious. Labour wants to appear compassionate and fair, but that approach is increasingly unpopular with voters who want security, accountability and the rule of law. The narrative that we must care for everyone is clashing with reality on the ground, where communities feel under pressure, resources are stretched and law enforcement is battling against an endless tide of illegal crossings. And it's not just the numbers that are alarming, it's the pattern of government weakness. Week after week, small boats land without consequences, and Labour officials insist that the system is working, even as critics point out glaring failures. The public sees a government that prioritising ideology over practical solutions, and the frustration is palpable. From a right perspective, this story is about more than migrants. It's about accountability. It's about a government that continues to mismanage Britain's most basic responsibilities. Voters are demanding stronger measures, from increased border security to legal reforms that make it easier to return illegal entrants. Instead, Labour seems content to focus on optics and rhetoric, rather than action. The crisis also highlights a bigger problem with institutional capture and weak governance. When politicians allow ideology to dictate policy over practical outcomes, it's ordinary citizens who pay the price. Communities on the front line see the strain every day and they're angry. They see officials who promise action but deliver excuses, and that anger is already growing as numbers rise. Again, it's clear the small boats crisis won't go away, with more than 41,000 arrivals in just 1 year and no meaningful changes in enforcement. The public's patience is wearing thin. Politicians like Starmer are facing increasing pressure, not just from opposition parties, but from ordinary voters who feel abandoned. Reform UK is capitalising on this anger, positioning itself as the party that will actually put Britain first, secure the borders and restore common sense to immigration policy. In conclusion, the small boats crisis is a stark reminder of Labour's failure in power. It's about governance, accountability and the government's inability to act decisively, one of the country's most pressing issues. This story isn't just headlines, it's a warning that ordinary British citizens are being ignored while ideology and political posturing take priority. Unless action is taken, the crisis will continue, and public trust in politicians will only further erode. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want more honest political commentary and don't want to miss what's really happening behind the headlines, hit that subscribe button and drop your thoughts in the comments below.